Tom was an overworked accountant who lived in a small, cluttered apartment. He spent his days buried under piles of spreadsheets and paperwork, and his nights dreaming of a way out of the chaos. One Friday evening, after another exhausting week, Tom slumped onto his worn-out couch, staring at the ceiling. "If only I could have a little help," he muttered, not expecting anything to happen. Suddenly, there was a puff of blue smoke beside him. Tom coughed, waving his hand through the thick haze, and stared, wide-eyed, as a figure emerged. It was a genie. Well, sort of. He was wearing a bathrobe, slippers, and a tattered hat. He held a cup of coffee in one hand and looked like he had just woken up from a nap. "Hey there," the genie yawned, stretching his arms. "I'm Gary, your genie. You get 3 wishes. But, I'm not exactly the most efficient genie out there. So, manage your expectations." Tom blinked. A genie? 3 wishes? His brain dulled from the exhaustion of the week's struggle to keep up. "Wait, seriously? I get 3 wishes?" Yeah, Gary said, plopping himself onto the couch next to Tom and taking a sip of his coffee. "But I gotta warn you, I do things my way. No shortcuts, no fancy magic tricks. I'm a little lazy, you see." Tom frowned, but figured he had nothing to lose. After all, he was desperate. "All right, fine. I wish for $1 million. Gary sighed, waving his hand lazily. A stack of papers appeared on Tom's coffee table. Tom leaned forward and squinted at them. Coupons. They were coupons for everything from groceries to dry cleaning, each one worth $1 or $2. "What is this?" Tom asked, bewildered. "That, my friend," Gary said, leaning back and closing his eyes, "is $1 million worth of savings. Just think of the money you'll save on toothpaste." He nodded, seemingly proud of himself. Tom groaned. "Fine, whatever. I want a new car." Gary opened one eye and glanced at Tom. "A car, huh? All right." He snapped his fingers lazily, and there was a loud honking from outside. Tom rushed to the window and looked out. Parked at the curb was an old, rusted pickup truck. The word "new" was written on a piece of cardboard and taped to the windshield. Tom rubbed his temples, trying not to lose it. "This is your idea of a new car?" Gary shrugged. "New to you, buddy. No one's driven it in years. It's practically untouched, mostly because it doesn't start." Tom sighed, slumping against the wall. He had one wish left, and he needed to make it count. "Okay, listen carefully. I want a vacation. A real, relaxing vacation. Got it?" Gary gave a lazy flick of his fingers, and in an instant, Tom found himself sitting in a kiddie pool in the middle of his apartment. Plastic palm trees surrounded him, and a toy beach ball bobbed beside him. He was still wearing his work clothes, which were now soaked. "Are you kidding me?" Tom shouted, looking around at the absurd scene. Gary floated over, still lounging mid-air, and gave Tom a thumbs up. "You said relaxing, right? Look, you've got a pool and palm trees. What more do you need? Oh, and I threw in a beach ball. Pretty generous if you ask me." Tom stared at the genie, defeated. He splashed the water in frustration, his soaked shirt clinging to him. "I should have just wished for a better genie," he muttered. Gary grinned, sipping his coffee. "Yeah, well, I would have been lazy about that one, too." Tom sighed, leaning back in the kiddie pool, water sloshing around. He closed his eyes and let out a defeated laugh. "Next time," he said, "I'm just buying a lottery ticket." Gary nodded, raising his coffee cup in a toast. "Smart move, my friend. Smart move."